Hello and welcome to GBR. You find us today racing with the guys from the MRC in the GT3 World Series League 2. We are at St Croix for the feature, as you find me here with the race start marshal, ready to press his imaginary button to get these guys underway. And we have a reverse grid for the top 8 for the start of this one. So Mini will start on pole, Mart will start in second place, Roadrunner will start in third, Don will be in fourth, in fifth place we have Blackie, in sixth place we have Mark, unfortunate in the sprint for Mark. Dinky there will start in 7th place, the race winner. Benji will start in 8th, and Fast JMS missing out on that reverse grid to start at the front. Will start in 9th. No Berserker Boy for this one. Not sure if he couldn't make both races for it. 40-minute race this one, and I believe it was softs and hards available for this race, so bit of strategy involved, but we'll get this one going for this 40-minute feature round St Croix, and lights are out, away we go. I say the two Hondas, they get a good start off the line, but Mark there up to first place. He's got a better start than Benji off the line. Oh, there's a bit of crash. What's happened with Benji? As he's coming down towards turn 1, it looks like he got turned, but I'm not too sure by who. Oh no, he turned himself. He cut across in front of Dinky. That's unfortunate there for Benji. I don't think that was anything Dinky's doing there, just Benji pulling to the right, thinking he was clear. But Mark there in first place. He's on the racing hards as well, so it's a cracking start for Mart. As we're coming through this first section, seeing that Mini's on the softs. Oh, and Mart's hit the wall, and that sent Mini into the barrier as well. Let's have a look at this one from on top of the car. We was left-hander, then we got this right, and it'll be the wall that claimed Mark in the sprint race. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Mini there trying to keep it on the inside of Mark, but Mark hit that wall and they both got damage, and away they go. Yeah, front and rear damage for Mark there, and Mini's got front damage. So entertaining first couple of or first minute of the race there for three of the guys. It's obviously not what you want. Don's got front end damage. Did he get that from them guys as well? No, he's already, where are they on track? Yeah, so he was just behind these guys. Did he get caught up in this as well? Yeah, he just clipped Mark on the exit of that left-hander. So that's how Don's got damage as well. He's going to get passed there by Blackie. Probably going to be slow down here till it's prepared itself. There goes, it's prepared itself now. So he'll be able to get back up to speed in the slipstream of Blackie. But Roadrunner there in first place, already checking out from the guys behind, where they're all having a little scrap. He's just going to try and nail his braking points and try and pull away 2 by 2 as we come around this left-hander. Don there just squeezing Blackie to the right, but Blackie's going to hold up that right hand side. Onto the bridge we go. Don there getting almighty close, nearly goes into Mark there on the entry to the bridge. But Mark there in third place. He's had a good start there, has Mark. He started in 6th place. Just got himself ahead of Don. Dinky there down in 5th at the moment. I think he's moved up 2 spots for Dinky. Fast there, he's moved up from 9th to 6th, due to obviously these guys having their own little incidents in the early stages of the race. But as I say, we got 40 minutes. I think it was an 11 lap race, or was it 12? I can't remember. Oh, Mark getting it on the power on the grass. That's not going to help. As he's coming through that double right, I can see there's someone that's spun. Mini spun. Did he just do what Mark done on the next corner? Looks like he might have, or did he catch the inside? No, he just lost it all by himself, just on the power. And that's just caught him off guard and just spun him round on the exit of that second right. The Roadrunner there, so he's already tried to check out from Blackie and Mark behind. He's got about 1.5 to 2 seconds roughly. Obviously we don't have any timings on a replay, which is one thing that PD should sort out. But it looks like Mark's here. Is he going to try and set up the pass on Blackie into the last braking zone of the lap? He is alongside him, not giving Blackie really anywhere to defend there. Mark does slip through into second place. Now will he try and catch up to Roadrunner up ahead? Because these three are on softs. Don there, he's on the hard tyres in 4th place. Dinky is on the hards. Fast MS, he's on the hards. Benji on the hards. And Minis, he's made another mistake on this last corner. So not a great lap for Mini so far, but obviously, yeah, you keep going, you will score points. And at the end you will get prizes. Blackie, he's got back past Mark. How did he do that? Did he slipstream back past Mark into turn 1? Looks like he has. Yes, he has. So that was the only thing with Mark getting past Blackie down the last straight before the start-finish straight, is you might get re-overtaken into turn 1. This squabbling that they're doing is allowing Roadrunner just to check out a little bit up ahead, and Don to slowly close up. And obviously being on the hard tyres is Don. This is kind of working in his favour at the moment. A little bit wide there from Dinky on the exit of that left-hander. Allowed Fast MS to get past, and Dinky's got dirty tyres. He can't get the car stopped through this one onto this back straight. Now Benji, and Dennis has lit the rears up on the grass, and he's absolutely gone for a nice little Sunday grass cutting experience. So that's Dinky down to 8th. Has allowed Mark to get past him now as well. So the rise and fall of Dinky, second in the sprint, now down to 8th place in the feature at the moment. The Roadrunner, what did he do? 41 to 44, so he's 3 seconds last time round. Don, every time he gets so close to that wall, same as Benji there as well. Let's see if Mark, if he can make this one round without hitting the wall this time. Yes, he can. On the hard tyres, I think everyone's on the softs for the sprint race. Obviously being on the hards, you've got less grip on entry and exit of the corners, so you just can't get the power down as early as you would like. Dennis and Mini there, 8th and 9th off the back of the pack at the moment. Different entire strategies as well, so Mini might be able to catch up to the rear end of Dinky. See if there's a battle here for second still going on between Blackie and Mark. They've pulled a little bit of a gap over Don, but not too much so far. It looks like Fast and Benji, the two Hondas there, in 5th and 6th for having a battle as well. Who's going to be the most dominant Honda for the season? Blackie holding off Mark now in that Beamer. Mark's trying all the avenues he can to get the speed out of that Aston to try and get back past Blackie. Will he go for the move again up towards this last corner? Will Mark? I think he's too far behind this time around, so he might have learned from the last lap. Stay behind down this straight and go for the move up towards turn 1. All you got to do is get a nice exit out of this corner. But that Beamer, we do know, is a strong car in a straight line. Probably one of the faster in this race. It doesn't look like Mark's going to be able to catch up to Blackie to make a move in towards turn 1. Benji has got past his teammate, so Benji on an absolute flyer from the incident that he had even before turn 1. So he had a 350 to his teammate's 3, so he lost 3 seconds or so to his teammate. Roadrunner there, he set the fastest lap of the race so far, 32.6. So he's pulled another 3 seconds out on Blackie and Mark, just where they're kind of defending a little bit there from Blackie. He's going to be a little bit slower. So yeah, there's about 5-6 second gap between first and second at the moment. Mark there, got it. A little bit leery on the exit. It's just going to impede him getting his power down as they're coming onto this main back straight. Don there in 4th place. A little bit on his own at the moment. You can see the battle up going on up ahead of him. He's doing very well on the hards. Benji there, so he's got past his teammate. Is he going to try and catch up? Yeah, he was over a second quicker than Don the last time round, both on the same tyre. Fast there. He was 4 seconds slower the last time round, so must have had a little mistake somewhere. Dinky there in 7th place, Mini in 8th, Mark there in 9th. Mark's had an issue this time round because he's lost about 15 or so seconds to Mini this lap time, so yeah, I'm not too sure what happened to Mark. I don't want to keep skipping back too many times, otherwise this 40-minute race will turn into an hour. Blackie there, so this is the battle on track at the moment between Blackie and Mark. Mark's got only slightly better rear tyres for both front engine and rear wheel drive cars, these two, so it just depends on how the driver puts the power down, on how much tyre you want to use up throughout the lap and the race, because if you can make them last that little bit longer, you might be able to stretch out that extra lap, which could be vital in a race that's only got the softs and the hards available, no mediums for this one. Tom there, 4th place. Benji, I have to look when they come across the line to see if he is catching up to Don this time round. So it was a second last time round, 1.3 the last time round between these two. But is Mark going to go for the move? Looks like he's going to go for the move up towards. No, he's just going to fake coming into the braking zone. See if he can put off Blackie. Blackie wise to that move. Going to keep it tight through that kink. Down towards the start-finish line once again to start lap 4. Mark can't make that move happen. 36 there from Roadrunner, so he must have had a little mistake. Must be the tyre wear, I would say, probably start to slowly kick in. So just 2 seconds to these guys. Don there with a 35.6. Benji with 34.7, so another 9 tenths caught up from Benji last time round. Fast there, 35.9 for Fast. So the top 6 still within reach of each other. Dinky there in 7th place. So I think these three have kind of all had little incidents, Dinky, Mini and Mart. So that's why they are about half of this first infield section behind the group up ahead of them. But Dennis has still got to run the softs, so that could be beneficial later on to the guys up ahead that run the hards. He'll be going a couple of seconds a lap quicker. Mini there in 8th place. Oh, yeah, Mark's had enough of the car and looks like he's had to retire it. It's unfortunate there for Mart. Roadrunner, as his name implies, he is running away with this at the moment. So we'll see that front right not looking the greatest. That'll be the one that takes the most pounding around this track, being a anti-clockwise circuit. So I reckon he's probably got another 2 laps maybe on that front right before it's really screaming at him to come into the pit. Same with Mark. Mark's got ahead of Blackie. Let's do a quick jump back to see how that one happened down the long back straight with the wind behind. Just helped him push up alongside Blackie into this left-hander and just slip in front of that Beamer. And now as it's coming onto the bridge, so I'll jump back to where we were. So Mark up to second now. Will he try and defend from Blackie, but also try and pull away and see if he can close that gap up to Roadrunner up ahead? It looks like he's already trying to pull away. A bit more fuel as well has Mark, so maybe sitting in behind Blackie just for that lap that he had. It saves him just a fraction of fuel. It won't be in lap because you think they're only on lap 4, they've used half a tank already. So he's losing about what, 12% of fuel a lap, which is quite a lot. Shows you how long the lap really is. Don there in 4th. He has slowly and surely been caught by Benji behind. So the second or so, the last couple of laps that Benji has been catching, and obviously both on the same tyres. Don's got that little bit more fuel as well, so maybe he'll be able to push a bit more when Benji's really up behind him to keep Benji behind. Don just missed the apex there, did Don. Yes, fraction. That is quite a tricky corner, coming into some heavy braking zone is that left-hander. Fast MS there. He is keeping with his teammate. Just looks like he's dropped off a little bit. What was the gap time between 36.5 to 35.0? So yeah, another 1.5 seconds for Benji. That over Don. Oh, Blackie's running out wide there. It's going to give him dirty tyres. The one thing you don't want to be doing, having dirty tyres through this first sector, is this right-hander. That's the one that seems to be catching everyone out. Just runs it a little bit wide, but keeps it on the track. 34.2 to 34.4, so practically identical between first and second the last time round. But obviously Mark had the first sector, he was behind Blackie and had the slipstream. So see if Mark can catch up to Roadrunner on this lap. Blackie's got front right damage, so that'll be from where he hit the wall at turn 1. But it's allowed. No, surely not. He didn't drop that far back, did he? Yeah, he hasn't got damage there. So did he go a bit too hot into this one? So he had dirty tyres. Yes, he did. Ooh, nice save there from Blackie, but that's now allowed Don and Benji to to close up to that gap. Benji really pulled up to the rear end of Don through that first sector. He's now going to have the slipstream down this back straight. It's a shame that the cameraman can't catch the two. There we go. Change the cameraman. We get a better angle down this back straight. Oh, Benji trying for the move. I think Don's just got a little bit of slipstream from Blackie and is just going to hold off that Honda from having an attack in towards this left hander. But Benji kept it nice and tight there. Got on the inside of Don on the exit of that left hander. He's going to be on the outside for this one onto the bridge. We know Don likes to nail, and I've hit the wall. Just snips Benji's nose off there as they come onto the bridge. But he's going to have a slipstream from Blackie here at the end of the bridge. Will he try and make the move around the outside? Be brave if you can. That bump really does unsettle the car. It depends on how you hit it. But Don there defending from Benji quite nicely at the moment. Benji can't seem to find a way past, so I don't know how long some of these guys are going to go on these hard tyres, or if they're thinking of going to the softs fairly soon to the end of the race. So we are closing in on halfway, another 3 minutes, so another lap and then they'll be halfway through the race already. Oh, Don, he's got the power on too early. Doing a really good job of defending off from Benji, but just obviously pushing up a little bit too much. Lit up the rears and sent him sliding. Dinky and Mini here having a battle for 7th place. Mini's tyres are not looking pretty. That's the difference between the softs and the hards. You look at Mini's tyres there on the bottom left of the screen. Probably got one more lap left. Dinky's has hardly ever used his, it looks like. It shows that the lap times, you know, Mini's fastest lap of 34.2 to Dinky's 36.4. So a good 2 seconds is the lap time difference between the softs and the hards. Right, Roadrunner, he's coming into the pit. Mark's going to go round again, so running the risk of having very little grip at the end, but Mark now into first place. Blackie, he's coming into the pit. Benji is going to go round again, same as fast. Obviously these guys are on the hard tyre. Don there, he's going to go round again. Roadrunner's getting some fuel at the moment. He's had his tyre change onto the hard tyres, so clearly couldn't make the softs last anymore. Mini and Roadrunner's just coming out the pits, just ahead of Dinky. So Dinky is about a pit stop behind at the moment. That's how much time he's lost, especially on that lap 2 incident that he had. Lucky he's come out onto his hards now. He's put a full tank of fuel in. Did Roadrunner? Yeah, Roadrunner put a full tank of fuel as well. Mini there, he's in the pits. So that's 3 of the 8 that have pitted. Now he's put 95% in, so obviously clearly thinks he can make it without a full tank. I suppose seeing that there are about 25% left of the tank, you should be able to make it to the end on that one for Mini. Mark there, clearly out in first place at the moment. We'll see what it's like when he comes out of the pit in relation to Roadrunner, because I didn't get a gap between them, as obviously Roadrunner coming to pit, his lap time kind of pretty much void because it's just going to be so much longer than Mark's. Not as accurate, but yeah, Benji just bringing Fast MS along with him for the ride at the moment. So the two Hondas doing fairly well. Obviously Don, he was doing well until that little spin that he had coming out of the double right hander. Gets it close to the Armco barrier. Not sure you needed to be that close to that orange bit there, Don, because obviously that will stop your car dead if you hit them ones, but Yeah, using all the track that he can is Don, just to try and catch up to the rear end of Fast MS up ahead of him. Roadrunner there, he's still just ahead of Dinky. Where's Blackie? Blackie's there, so yeah, he's got new tyres. I wonder if Dinky will come in at the end of this lap. Looks like fuel's going to be probably the limitation here to see if you can do one more lap. Jump on with Mark. Yeah, I don't think his tyres are going to make it to the end of the next lap. They look fairly well worn and used. Yeah, he's 3 seconds off his best time this lap round, so clearly just not giving him any grip anymore for Mark. Benji, he's got less fuel than Mark, so Mark's going to go round again. He's running the risk, he really is. Wants to use them soft tyres, 3 seconds off a lap. Go quicker on the hards. You can see there, a 34 to a 34. So interesting decision there from Mark. Don there, he's now into second with Fast and Benji pitted. Pretty identical on fuel for them two. See if anyone's going to undercut, but Roadrunner there into third place now as he's come across the start finish line. 79% for Benji. Interesting. I think Fast MS went to about 86. He's come out ahead of Blackie, so it looks like Blackie hasn't lost too much time to the guys ahead. No, was he ahead? I can't think if Blackie was ahead of these two or not when he came into the pit. I think he was. No, he wasn't, because he had that incident, didn't he, on that coming into the pit. Yes, through this corner here, through this left hand, he went a little bit too deep, did Blackie. So yeah, that lost him the time to them guys. Dennis there in 7th place. He's come out ahead of Mini, but Dennis is on the softs now, so he should be able to pull away from Mini and not really have much of a threat behind, but I don't know if he'll be able to catch that gap to Blackie up ahead. Really have strung out these guys with the pit stop cycle happening, so hopefully once the front two of Mark and Don have pitted, we will then find out really where these two are aligned with the rest of the pack. Roadrunner there in third, technically first on the track, but obviously hard to tell until the other two have pitted. Benji there in 4th place. Gained a couple seconds over his teammate just through the pit cycle, or taking that a little bit less fuel, probably about a second he gained just by doing so. Blackie there in 6th place. Now he's got his tyres warmed up, cut in the corner as much as he can. Hopefully that's not a penalty. Yes, it is. 1 second, that's harsh. That's very harsh for... Right, you get to get all 4 tyres on the grass, but really didn't gain a second, and that's going to cost you about 2 seconds once you serve it. Really lighten up them rear tyres, but let's jump on to Mark. Yeah, his fuel light's flashing. He's got a pixel left of that front right. He's just made it through the last corner, but he's going to have lost so much time on a 2 laps, being on pretty worn out tyres. Yes, he now darts into the pit. Don's going to have to come in the pit as well. as his fuel light is flashing, so he's not going to make another one. So them two into the pit, pretty much identical fuel as well, but softs and hards between the two of them. See how Don can catch up, if he can, to the rear end of Mark. Let's stay with Roadrunner, as he's going to be coming across the line. As he's on the hards at the moment, so he's in a couple laps longer than Mark did, and obviously Mark won't have to put as much fuel. 57% fuel for Mark. He's going to come out of the pit just in front of Roadrunner. Roadrunner's go for the move up the inside, slips it through back into first, but you can see there Mark, even though he stayed out longer, what was Roadrunner's lap times? 3:45 to 4:03, so 3:45. So yeah, Mark lost 4 seconds on his in lap, but he's got Benji right behind him, who's on the soft tyre, and he's going to be really pushing to try and get past Mark, because Mark's on the hard tyres and they're going to be cold because he's come out of the pit. Probably be warming up nicely through this first sector, but Benji just can't get past. But will he now try and use the speed of the Honda to slingshot his way past that Aston Martin down this straight? Let's jump on board. Here we go, here comes the speed of the Honda down this back straight, pulls to the outside. Interesting move there. There's the rear end, there is Mark, who's had to slip in behind Benji. So has Benji pulled off an absolute miracle here, being on the softs at the end of the race after that incident that he had. He's already caught right up to the rear end of Roadrunner now. Let's see if he's still purple, because I noticed he was purple through the first sector. I think the sector's here. No, he's not at the moment. But, a good last sector could do, but obviously he's going to have to deal with Roadrunner up ahead of him. Mark's just slipped off the back fast MS. He's on the same strategy as Benji as well, so the two Hondas going for an alternate strategy and staying at the front. So this battle for first really containing the four drivers here. Benji up to first place now. Did he go for the move up the inside of Roadrunner? He's focusing on fast behind. Looks like he did, just round the outside, and then it makes it the inside for this right-hander. Benji there giving room to Roadrunner as well, but it'll be on the inside again for this double right that we're coming up to, and that's Benji into first place. And he's brought Mark along with him as well, because obviously Mark came out just behind Roadrunner really when he came out the pits. And Benji's just been able to make his way through past both of these two. And now Mark's looking racy to try and get past Roadrunner and catch up to the rear end of Benji, but I don't think he's going to have a chance with a slight tap there between Mark and Roadrunner. I think that was just a bit too late on the brakes there for Mark, but fast there, getting in on the action, getting up the inside of Mark onto that hairpin, onto the back straight, but it looks like Mark's got a better drive coming out onto this last back straight. Mark's going to go for the move up towards the last corner. We've seen him get retaken coming into turn one, so he's going to have a good exit here and not let Roadrunner be too close, but I think Roadrunner is. Will he go for a move up towards turn one? I think Mark's just done enough on the exit of the last corner to put himself away from Roadrunner to make an attack. Yes, he has. So Roadrunner slips down to third place, and he's now got Fast right up behind him. Looked like Fast was going to go around the outside, but was he just trying to do the old switcheroo? Oh, a little bit on the grass there for Roadrunner. It's going to allow Fast to slip underneath him, and now Fast is right onto the rear end of... Oh no, Benji! What's happened to Benji? Is he done? Well, near enough everyone else has done, gone too hard into that right hand and smashed into the wall. It was pretty much Benji's race to lose. Exactly what Mark's done in the sprint race. That's unfortunate for Benji. He's doing some really good lap times, setting some really good pace, and just one simple little mistake, and that's gone from first to fourth for Benji. But his teammate, it looks like, fast in second place, pushing Mark up ahead of him to having now to defend, pulling over to the left hand side. So he's made his move. He can't now defend coming into the corner. If Fast gets alongside of him, that's Mark making two moves down the straight. Mark hasn't to stay to the racing line, coming into the braking zone, but just cuts off Fast's nose as we come through the left-hander up this little hill towards the bridge. I was going to try and do a lap guide, but I don't think I'm going to have the time with the action that we've got going on at the moment. I think we've only got 2, maybe 3 laps left, depending on what the timer is when we cross the line. In half a lap's time, but Fast there, just trying to put Mark off as we're coming into the braking zone. Can't do it. Mark's wise to that move. He was doing it on others, so he knows it's going to come back to him. Roadrunner there in third, just sitting there watching this all unfold in front of him. See a simple little mistake, just like what Benji done at the beginning of the lap, could happen to anyone. Don there in 5th place, so I've been focusing on these guys. Obviously all the action is up at the front. Blackie there in 6th, Dinky there in 7th place, and Minnie there, he's on an out lap, so I think he pitted. He's done this 3 laps on the hards, and then he's said, screw this, I want the softs back on my car. I just want to run around and finish the race. Yeah, so the battle for first place still rages on between Mark and Fast. Mark doing an excellent job on them hards to keep Fast behind. It looks like he got the rear end a bit too leery on the exit. But Fast just couldn't get alongside. Now the Hondas, both of them, tucked under the wing of the car in front, but it looks like Fast is going to try and go around the outside, gets a slight tap there. Benji's got up the inside of Roadrunner, so Benji's made his way back up to this group, and he's going to really be pushing. There's a tyre wear between the two of them, pretty identical between Benji and Fast. But will Benji try and catch up to the rear end of his teammate? See if his teammate's going to let him go to make an attack on Mark in first place. Benji, Roadrunner did have a look there on Benji in turn 1, but thought better of it. Mark there still defending. Let's jump on this view as Fast there. He's on the left hand side. I can't do anything with that camera. Oh, Mark there on the grass. It's going to allow Fast just to slip through into first place for Fast. With, I believe, it looks like 2 laps to go. We've got about 7 minutes of the race to go. So Fast now into first place, and now Mark's got the other Honda. Gonna be all over the tail of that Aston. What Fast needs to really do is try and let Benji pull out to one side and use his slipstream. Fast is trying to break that toe, but can't defend coming into the corner. Made moves down the straight. Benji now, this is where Fast needs to pull to the left hand side, help his teammate out with the slipstream to get past Mark, but I think Benji's done it just on the slipstream alone, and it's really gained him up to the rear end of Fast. Down that long back straight. Don there, he's just behind. He's doing 33.2s, where these guys are all, they're all going 36s and 40s, so they're all holding each other up at the moment. So Don's on the softs as well. Yes, Don's just seeing this gap close down in front of him. He could be potentially looking at a podium here. Here's Don. You can see Blackie and Dinky on the bridge at the moment. Benji right up behind his teammate. Is Benji going to try and go round the outside? Yes, Fast looks like he let off to get Benji through. I think Benji is in for championship contention, from what I remember at this point of the season. So covering for a couple races back, so can't remember exactly. But yeah, no, Benji, he's going to try and pull away, I reckon. And Fast will try and defend as best he can from Mark behind, so that Benji can try for the win here. I think that would be, was that 2 wins, because Benji won the first race, because Mark yeah, so be a good round for Benji if he can hold this one off. Looks like we're going to get one more lap before the checker flag comes out. So Benji there first, Fast MS second, Mark in third. These three have pulled away a little bit there from Roadrunner in fourth. Mark there too far behind to go for a move on Fast. Don there in 5th place. I reckon he could get Roadrunner here on the last lap. Blackie there in 6th. Dinky there in 7th. And Minnie there in 8th place. But Benji pulling away from his teammate. Fast there going defensive in towards turn 1. Mark getting pushed to the outside. He's going to be on them hard tyres. Oh no, Benji's done it again. How has Benji done it twice? He's got into the lead. He's run it too hot, it looks like. And he's just tapped the orange arm coat, giving himself front end damage. And lost the lead once again. So Fast has really got to nail this lap to keep Mark from overtaking him. So he's gone from defending for his teammate to not let him pass to now defending from the lead. He's got 1 lap to do it, and it looks like he's pulling a little bit of a gap over Mark there in 2nd place. Benji there, his damage has repaired itself, and he'll be trying to get back past Mark on this last one. We saw it was exactly the same as the last lap, to be fair. Fast out in front, Mark in 2nd, Benji in 3rd. I think Benji is too far behind this time round to use that slipstream to get back past Mark up towards this left-hander. Roadrunner there in 4th. Was it that time? 56 to 54. So yeah, Roadrunner picked up the pace a little bit more of that time round to not let Don close too much. Fast there, got more than enough fuel. Mark there, his fuel light's flashing. Benji's got enough fuel, Roadrunner's got enough fuel. Don, he's got half a tank left. Did he forget that he didn't need a full tank? Or was that just so that he could absolutely rev the nuts off that Merc in on his soft tyres? But Benji there, he's trying to give it to Mark there for that 2nd spot on the podium. Obviously he clearly wants the win. I'm not sure if team orders are in place with the Hondas if Benji is behind, but I don't think he's going to have time for Fast to let Benji past and keep ahead of Mark here. So they might just have to stay as they are. But Benji lights up the rear, and Roadrunner, he's got Don right behind him. So Don's been able to catch that gap up, and Don looks like he's already got past Roadrunner. So you got a good exit out of that double right. Out to 4th place for Don. Benji there, he's still looking this way and that to try and get past Mark. It just can't seem to do it as we're coming around believe will be the last lap this one. So it looks like Fast there, as long as he can just hit his braking marker on this last corner, he will come across to finish him first by the looks of it, but we'll have to wait and see if he's on his brakes. He's turning in, he's hit the apex, he's got the power down. Oh, Mark's hit the wall. But it looks like Mark's had a good drive coming out of that corner. Fast is going to have to defend. As we're coming down across the line, who's going to get first? This is going to be a photo finish. I will get it ready. And where is the finish line? Literally right there. It looks like Mark has just got first place. Incredible driving from Mark there to win at St. Croix. Fast MS in second, Benji in third. Don will come across to finish just ahead of Roadrunner for fourth. Roadrunner finish in fifth place. Absolutely incredible race end there from the guys. Top five all within about 5 seconds or so after a 40-minute race. It's pretty good stuff. Blackie there will finish in 6th place. Dinky will come across to finish in 7th. And Mini there, so probably went for the fastest lap. This one we won't put the softs back on. Yeah, well done for finishing Mini. Obviously, if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. And until next time, it's goodbye from me.